Hello friends, today I would like to share with you a smoke effects tutorial. There are many ways to get this look. Today I will be using an airbrush. I quite like this method. It's fast and durable, it can be handled and worked over quickly. Please also look at the accompanying blog post on my website, paintonplastic.com, because I have high-res photos for you of the model, the finish, and all of the products that I've used to help you get the most out of this video tutorial. The link is in the first pinned comment. Also, please like and subscribe to the video too, because it helps me out with the almighty YouTube algorithm. All hail the algorithm! And allows our community to discover this video too. Here's how it looks on the model. It's a Griffin Falke from Hasegawa Models. And if you'd like to see the unboxing to learn more about the kit, I've linked the video for you above, top right. Okay, the paint I'm using today is Flat Black from AK's interactive Real Color range. Another paint I recommend for this step would be Tamiya XF1 Flat Black. They are very similar in being extremely flat with a slightly granular finish as opposed to the smoothness of, say, satin and gloss paints, which are better suited for thinning to use as filters, for example. I'm using the Real Color thinner here and must share that it's tidied up my bench a little. It's actually pretty useful. It works for Tamiya paints, Real Colors, of course, Mr. Color, and Gaia Notes paints. Very useful. Yes, I've used it across all of them with, excellent results. Just as good as using their own brand thinner. For this effect, we want the paint to be quite thin, maybe 3 times thinner than for a normal base coat. I don't work so much in ratios and enjoy to eyeball my mixes, as I feel it teaches me more about paints and their properties so that I can do more cool effects with them in the future. Back when I worked with ratios, I felt it locked me in more and I couldn't be as expressive. But of course, this is your world with painting. Please run with what works for you. Mixing it in this plastic tub also helps me to spot any clumps or impurities and take them out, and then pour the rest into my airbrush cup. This is a 0.3mm airbrush, the basic model from Spa Max. It's basically the same airbrush I've been using in all of my videos for the past 4 years and still going really well, knock on wood. Before going anywhere near the model, I like to test shoot just to make sure that, number one, the paint is coming out and it looks about right for my intended purpose. You can see here I spray a larger patch to test how translucent the mix is, and then a close squiggly line for close-up effects. Yep, we're looking good here. Okay, let's get ready to drop some fine lines. I've turned my pressure way down. I'm shooting around 8 psi. I think anything under 10 is probably good to go. Now the keys to this technique are here. Number 1 is patience. Recovering from too much paint or missed shots here would not be fun. So let's go slow and steady. Yeah, I know that's funny coming from the guy who uses the largest paintbrushes possible and slaps them around. But I'm serious. Sometimes we just got to slow it down and nail it so that we can move on to happy loose shenanigans again. Number 2, try to hold the model at such an angle that you can see the paint hitting the surface and ever so slightly making it damp, but not wet. Runs will totally ruin our desired effect here because, it's smoke. Smoke looks don't look wet. Number 3, mist on some lines and move on. Laying down thin effects. Examine them closely after they dry. Number 4, once you get the basic outline sketched in and your hand-eye coordination is locked in and you're feeling confident, you can nail your effect by going in a little harder and defining the center like this. Number 5, stop! Really, I know and feel your enthusiasm too, but we must back off when we hit that sweet spot. It's easy to add a little more, but we can't control backspace this. Stop, put the airbrush off to the side, go look out the window, and come back and be honest. If you get the happy feels, you're done. If you feel like it needs more, make it happen. This is your world, your model, and your vision. If you have a strong vision, you will know it. You'll know it when you see it. And that's how you get those happy feels. If this is a blurry vision model in that you haven't quite figured out how you want it to look, so that's fine. Treat this as a learning and experimenting step. And just be happy with your progress and chalk it up to a fun learning experience. You did well. I'm proud of you. Number 6. Now, as a bonus, I did also shoot some flat white into the center of my smoky soot marks. My idea here was to show the extreme heat damage from the flame out and how it damaged the surface. Is it realistic? I had zero clue, but I wanted to do it and hoped it would look cool. That was the blurry part of my vision. But seriously, that was the actual reason I did this. I think it turned out really well and was a happy experiment for me, and I will use this again on something, for sure. Here's how it turned out, and I'm most happy with it. It's visually interesting with a hint of realism and more cool effects to look at. For our hobby, I consider that a big win. Do you think so too? Next up, I will be showing you how to add pigment effects over this stage, so please make sure you're subbed with notifications enabled because I don't want you to miss out on that one. It's a really powerful 1-2 punch effect. Thank you very much for watching, and a heartfelt thank you to the wonderful supporters who make this content possible to be shared with our community. More soon, and happy modeling, my friends. Remember to check out the blog post for more.